an amazing transition right now, position I've never been in, and stepping in some huge shoes, and probably would never feel the shoes that I'm stepping into. So, with that said, let's roll.
How surprised were you when you found out last night that you were going to be stepping in for Nolan?
Huge, because I have a lot of respect for him. He's the reason I'm here. I'm going to do my best not to answer anything for him because I do respect him tremendously. And I'm going to truly let him speak for himself. I'm going to have to stay on Tulsa Shock as much as I can. Okay?
Have you talked to him?
Have I talked to him? Yes, we spoke.
Middle of the night this morning?
We spoke.
Will you be the general manager as well?
I'm interim. Everything is interim. No one jumped to a conclusion about anything sealed tightly here because everything has happened fast. And so it's interim role, period, GM or coach or whatever you want to title it.
At what point last night were you informed about your new title?
It was late. It was late last night.
Is there a plan of attack in place? I mean,
Plan of
anything
attack?
that'll be
This is
different?
basketball, man. This is basketball. For me, I'm very passionate about this game. And as a female professional basketball player and now coach, we worked hard to have a professional league here. So I'm not going to step out of line and say anything more than that. This is basketball, and I'm going to do my best at it.
Do you have any ideas how to do better than you guys have done so far this year?
I think we can do some. We've got still have a hard challenge ahead of us, and I think no one should forget that this is a new franchise. And I think Tulsa, of all people, have been the greatest fans to begin a new franchise in the history of what I've watched this league materialize into today. And we need our fans. We need our fans to be happy. We need our fans to be supportive. We need them to hang on tight and give us time to develop, give us time to be who we're going to become, and we're going to continue to work towards that. I'm just not a person that, sort of like Coach Richardson, I'm not here to fail. I'm here to give it my best shot. And, I want Tulsa to know that. And we need them. And I expect that they will be there because this has been the greatest situation I've been in as far as fans.
Have you talked to the players, and what have their thoughts been on the new
I have
change?
not. Have not had a chance to address the team yet.
Did you learn things from Nolan that you feel like got you ready for
I've
this?
learned a lot from Coach, and I truly feel like I had plenty more to learn from him. I thought Coach worked his tail off. I really did. And I don't think anyone's going to miss Coach as much as I'm going to miss him.
What other prior experiences have prepared you for this head coaching position?
That's a good question. I know a lot of women's basketball. I don't want to try to validate something I truly can't, but I've just been around the game all my life. This is my life, basketball, women's basketball. And this is what we do. And my heart and soul is to the success of women's pro basketball now, because when I played pro overseas, I wanted pro to be here in the States. I wanted to be near my family. I wanted the American public to embrace us as professional women's basketball players. And I'm standing in a better and bigger, brighter spotlight to be a part of making that happen, and taking it to another level. So that's how I embrace it. I see it as a challenge as always, and that's how I will approach it.
Do you have your starting lineup for tomorrow?
No, I do not.
As far as the product on the floor, will we see any marked difference between what Nolan was doing and what you plan on doing?
I've really got to gather my thoughts on a lot of things. I've got to, as I said, it was a late night last night. I don't want to jump to conclusion. I don't want to be presumptuous myself. I want to truly view everything on a blank sheet of paper for myself to build what we got to build. But of course, we've got to do what we've got to do to build success here. And you can't always keep things the same when you're building and the tower keeps falling down.
When
How
you
much
do
sleep-
address the players, what do you tell them?
I tell them what I tell them. I don't tell you first, do I? Come on.
Teams talk a lot about chemistry this year and how they've really grown together. Any concern this may affect that?
Chemistry is huge. I mean, cohesiveness, chemistry, but that always stops. That's as far as that comes from organization. That comes from this whole franchise, from the top to the bottom. We will continue to build, and we'll continue to put this thing together, and we are going to build chemistry. That's what it's all about. We can't be successful without it.
When you look at that 1-10 record, what goes through your mind?
I don't even think about it right now. To me, we're transitioning today, and I think our young ladies have a lot to deal with, and they're going to be dealing with this obviously for a long time, probably for the remaining portion of the season. And I'm sure every time I make a mistake, it's going to be scrutinized, and every time I look fabulous, it's going to be blown out of proportion. So it'll take one day at a time.
How much sleep did you get last night?
Not much at all.
How much do you think you'll get tonight?
I don't think I will. I think I've found some new nervous energy. to be standing like this and to be addressing you and not to have really anything to back me up yet. So it's just going to take time.
With the roster that's in place right now, how much better can you guys play?
Well, I think we've already begun to show signs of improvement with last night's game. What's important now is to build on it.
Are you more about building upon what Nolan had going as opposed to doing radically different things?
Well, I think Coach was trying to do everything he could do. He was dealt some good, tough cards, you know, from last year to this year. So I would just I've got to be me. I have nothing against what he's done. I've been with him every step of the way as far as what he's done and tried to do here and build. So right now I just got to learn who I am and be me and figure out a way to be successful.
Are you excited?
Very. A little nervous too.
Do you have any goals or benchmarks in mind heading into the rest of the season?
Well, of course I want to be successful. I definitely want to start winning, but I haven't set any yet. I think it's important that I'd sit down with the team and we do that together.
2006 as an assistant, did that help that year as an assistant coach help prepare you for
I think
this?
all of my experience have. I think mostly I'm relying on my players' experience standing in front of you right now. But the coaching thing will always be a growing process. And another thing I've learned from coach, you never stop growing, and you never stop learning. And I'm just beginning, if you ask me. So.
When you got into the organization, was taking over as head coach discussed at all?
Taking over as assistant coach wasn't even discussed at all. I'll tell you, Nolan talked me into this. So imagine to be me standing here right now.
Thanks, guys.